1 truck looks to make passes. Look, oh, and a little bit loose that time. Curtis Lansing sends it around. Just a little bit loose off turn 2, able to right the ship. They're going to go nose to nose this time out of 3 and 4. Can Hunt get the drive off the bottom? He does that time. Beats Nick O'Neill to the line. Dwayne Hunt takes the lead, taking the white flag. They stay door to door along the back straightaway. Nick O'Neill's going to try and drive through on the outside. Maybe a little bit of contact that time from Dwayne Hunt. Moves Nick O'Neill up the track. But O'Neill will hold on. Battle back to the lead under white there, as they took the white flag pretty much side by side last lap, and they're still battling it out. This is how it's been the entire race. Out of turn 4 this time, battling for the win. And it will be Roger Raymond. Bill Engel does a great job getting a jump here on lap number 1, and we are going to wave that caution flag. Jump to 50 lappers, that is 100 total laps of action, and we got it underway. And we're going to go 3 wide immediately on the start here. Green light, stay on. Here comes Ron Norman looking down low. Side by side, and Dylan Jones is there. And we've separated our top 3 pretty well so far, as Ron Norman going to take another peek to the inside of that 69 car. Able to stick it a little bit better that time. Not quite as strong of a drive off from Bill Engel, as we'll pull side by side for the lead. Storm and Ron Norman. Contact that time on the back straightaway. Sent Ron Norman down towards that grass. Dylan Jones now looking down low. Feels like he has the run set up to slip underneath Bill Engel, working for that pass. And Engel's going to drive it down tough here, but Dylan Jones comes up and able to take the lead here on lap number 17. He's going to peek back to the inside here and try and use some lap traffic as a pick. It's going to be used as a pick against him, though, and force Bill Engel down onto the apron down there. He's getting split 3 wide. That's the 27X of Shane Olson, but Bill Engel able to cleanly make his way around with Ron Norman. Dylan Jones set that up perfectly to get himself some distance. And Engel able to throttle it down low, and Dylan Jones held up by that lap traffic a little bit. That'll put the nose of Bill Engel out front with just a couple laps remaining. We're side to side, door to door. And 3 wide with that lap traffic. Dylan Jones gonna get swung up the track a little bit, taking the weight. Oh, and they door bang going into 1. Bill Engel able to get his nose out front. Oh, and Dylan Jones is going to drive it in and wreck Bill Engel. Dylan Jones loops it around, and Zane McKissick wins. Oh, my goodness. And taking that lead, and so Zane McKissick will win his 2nd super late model race at Tucson Speedway in dramatic fashion. He had saved his stuff down low there. And sometimes when the leaders race like that, that's all you need to do. To the action track built for speed, Tucson Speedway. We're excited to get the rest of these main events underway. Bill Black and Jen Hall ready to lead us off. Can hear him right underneath the flag stand there, but we are off and racing. Bill Black gonna hold the point here on lap number 1. Ron Cyril Jr., though, from row number 2, going to be that first driver to take a peek forward. Jen Hall. Curtis Lansing, some really tight action. 21's going to go down onto the apron here. As we stay side by side here on our first 3 rows. Kirsten Jones, the first truck, single file, back in 7th. Junior charging towards the point. We're 3 wide back in the middle. Curtis Lanson is going to have the low side on Bill Black there. Jen Hall was hesitant to force that 3 wide there. She'll keep it side by side on his outside here, trying to battle up towards this top. Around the outside of David Levitt, and that puts Jen Hall up in 4th after starting on the front. Calvin Catlin's holding strong out front. Took the lead pretty early on and hasn't seen much chance. The 07 of Ron Searle Jr. is going to get caught behind that new driver. The 13 to Leslie, Ryan Leslie. They're making their way around Leslie once more. He comes down the track a little bit. This is going to make for some interest in racing off into the corner. He sends it back high as Ron Searle Jr. slid it into 1 and 2, and Searle's going to go around. Caution out, lap 20. And green flag back out. Start look good. 3 wide immediately on the start. He's going to roll the bottom here, trying to look for the lead with Calvin Catlin, who is outside. Though Levitt and Lansing will fall off to go 3 wide with Jen Hall as Calvin Catlin charges back to the lead. And Ron Searle Jr. making his way through this pack, already up into 5th. Take this turkey shoot main battling with David Levitt, who looks a little bit too far back this time while facing the white flag. Calvin Catlin 4 clean corners away from his first win of the 2025 season. Now to turn 4 this time, Calvin Catlin takes the checkered flag. His inaugural win of 2025 comes on a tough restart, battling past David Levitt. Green flag waves for our WW Williams Diesel and Truck Repair Hornets. Paul Brown going to roll to the lead here from that front row, leaving Vincent Yesu with a bit of a gap. But Chad Jennings able to roll from that second row and pull side by side on the inside and gets his nose out front for the lead here on lap number 1. That'll help him continue building up a little bit of a gap on Paul Brown here. Looks like he's got this car just a little bit too low to build up the momentum he needs versus how much wheel he's having to put into it through the corner. He's going to make his way around the lap traffic. The 57 of Morgan Forbes here, who goes 1 lap down. And taking his first checkered flag at Tucson Speedway, Chad Jennings earns his first main event win at the action track built for speed in that number 2 Hornet. We're just about ready to get underway. Green flag in the air. Good launch by Adriana Mertz, staying side by side there with Brian Love on the start. She's going to bring her car up the track, though, and Brian Love's going to get the turn down into the back straightaway that he needs to take the lead. David Fippen following in pursuit, and Jen Hall with that big motor and the big boat is going to roll down low. Slides those rears around out of the corner a little bit. Hall will look to the inside this time. Love's going to try for a deep drive off into 1 and 2. Slides that thing around, and they'll go nose to nose onto the back straightaway. But that's all Hall was looking for. She needs that side by side to be able to use that power to throttle past. Little less than half straightaway on Brian Love, who's trying to reel her back in, but the white flag is going to show this time out at turn 4. One more time around for Jen Hall, who did everything she needed to do there to just bide her time, stay in the line behind Brian Love, not upset those tires too much. Then the second he started sliding it a little bit more than was comfortable, she was able to make the easy pass. And checkered flag this time, Jen Hall, 4 in a row for the hobby stocks. To his outside, the 96 of John Martinez of Davines Racing, and we are ready to get underway. And there goes Morissette from the back. He'll go side by side with Dan Clark down into row 1, but we are 3 wide for the lead. Nick O'Neill will have to fall back a little bit as Dwayne Hunt Jr. takes the point. Side by side for second here with Bryce Bonnet and Paul French Jr., but Bonnet will roll that outside strong as French just a little bit loose underneath. Nick O'Neill looking to set up that pass for third, takes the low line, trying to slip to the inside of that 33 car down low in 1 and 2. Keeps that side by side, just keeping that nose to the inside of that left rear quarter panel. Which is some tight action in these open wheel modifieds. Paul French Jr. doing a good job holding on to third right now. Has Nick O'Neill and Joey Morissette both looking for an answer to find a way around, but holding on to his car right now and has it on a steady drive. And up front running in podium position, but Bryce Bonnet working the low side that time is able to get his nose out in front and around Dwayne Hunt Jr. as the 23 goes to the lead. White flag in the air, this time for Bryce Bonnet. One more time around looking for win number 3. And with an absolutely stellar drive, this time out of turn 4, Bryce Bonnet gets it done. 3 for 3 on the season out of 4 modified races. Dwayne Hunt Jr. finishes second, the only other winner this season. Nick O'Neill places third. And we are ready to get this underway. Pace Corvette drops down, presented by O'Reilly Chevrolet. And our mini stocks are racing. And Gillum gonna throttle up down low and is off to a great start on that low line. He pulls his car up in front of the Rookie of the Year last year. Lane Campbell is off to the front here. Roger Raymond's gonna have to pick up the momentum to try and close down this distance because Gillum's looking to run away with this thing. He pulls side by side for second down low. He'll keep this car in line though and make the easy pass on that 14 of Lane Campbell. And here comes Roger Raymond, big charge into 3 and 4 that time, and he got the rear bumper of Garrett Gillum, and these cars are wrecking. Roger Raymond goes around in the front straightaway, and Garrett Gillum able to right the ship and keep that 45 off the wall. We'll have to go to the rear there for being the cause of that incident. So Garrett Gillum will still get to fire us back off on the outside. We'll see what kind of pace that 34 has. As Raymond goes up towards that outside wall, just looks a little bit off from what he was running before. Obviously back and forth now. That moves Mark Bertram up into third. White flag's going to come out this time for Lane Campbell, though, so this will be the last lap of the race. And Raymond able to get over the hump and clears. A tight battle for second, but Lane Campbell, this time through 3 and 4, last year's Rookie of the Year, going to find his first victory at Tucson Speedway. And Mark Bertram just able to hold on to second there as Garrett Gillum not able to recover from the contact. And we're green and racing for our super late models. Jen Hall rolls the outside strong to the lead, and Zane McKissick's going to follow her out front. McKissick looking for the lead early on here. He's going to bring that car right to the bottom lane, trying to find the run to get past Hall early. Dylan Jones gonna look down low this time and pull back side by side. Comes up the track a little bit, but keeps it down low. Jen Hall still has the nose out front on the back straightaway. He's gonna throttle up down low. Just looking for the lunge he needs to be able to get into the lane he'd like here. And able to get a better turn off into 1 and 2 that time. That'll help him stay side by side on the back straightaway and gets a throttle up into turn 3 that time to get a nose out front. Dylan Jones will take the lead on lap number 11. Put Dylan in a bad situation off that turn 4 corner. Some good clean racing, just keeping his car on his line down low. But he's not getting all the drive off he could off the bottom of that turn 4 corner. Having to put a little extra wheel in it to get it straightened out down the front straightaway, working side by side still. He's going to wrap this low line in 3 and 4 once more. And nose to nose coming to the start finish line, just 6 laps remaining. And McKissick is going to get a nose out front and take the lead on the back straightaway. He has his car out in front of Dylan Jones. Oh, and big backfire out the side pipes that time from Dylan Jones. becomes a bit of a war of attrition tonight in our super late models, but taking the white flag this time, looking for a second win of the evening, Zane McKissick. Dylan Jones is trying to hold on to second here. Ron Norman, see him sliding all over the place with John Lashley there. But making his way out of turn 4 this time and taking the checkered flag a second time tonight. Zane McKissick gets it done.